Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are not aware that I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I have a Facebook page for my channel. It's basically everything that's on Instagram that shares to Facebook. And I watch TikTok. I have one TikTok out there, if you guys don't know what TikTok is. And I'm on Instagram, but I'm rarely on Instagram. But I did post a poll onto my Instagram to see if you guys would tell me what craft supplies you have, and if I have them at home, I will create something with those craft supplies. So I'm going to do this as many times as I can, and I'm sure in the comments of this video, I would wish that you would put whatever craft supplies you have in hopes that I have them too, and then I can do a DIY shout out for you. So this one is going to be for ML Adams, which I feel like is Mandy. And I don't know if it's not. Mandy, if it's not you, I'm sorry. There's just Mandy Adams is on my channel. So it's ML Adams 03. And she says she has wreath forms, foam board, flowers, ribbon, jars, and paint. So what I thought I would do is try to make it a little bit special. I, of course, have my glue gun plugged in. I've picked a giant peony. And then, of course, my basket of spring flowers. And I think what I'm going to pick is, my vision was a green wreath form, even though she didn't say what kind. And then what I have for some jars, she said jars. She didn't say mason jars necessarily. So I just went to stuff that I had that was pretty that I thought I'm going to recycle or upcycle. So I have this really pretty jar. It was, gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it. It's actually on there and it's hard to see. Born Mayman, I think. But anyway, they have like really nice preserves in here. Mom got lemon curd in there last Christmas. And then the mason jar candles from the Dollar Tree. This is the ones that they always have. This is the jar from those special aromatherapy scents. The lid is just in another project somewhere. So I thought I would put together something really quick and live, real time for you, with like, the only edit I'm going to have is now I'm going to switch the camera, and I'm going to try anyway. And then I will put it up for you now. It is currently 11:15 p.m. So I'm going to try to DIY for just a few minutes, and then download and upload and do all the things for you. And hopefully you'll have it by tonight at midnight. So let's get into it. So Mandy, if that's you, Mandy, then this is for you. So the one thing I want to do really quick is I want to cover this in some burlap. I'm going to get out my basket of burlap. This is burlap that was gifted to me by burlap.com. I don't know exactly what kind of ribbon she has, but obviously we all have different kinds of ribbon. You can also cover this whole wreath form in moss to get that same under green effect. What I like to do is I like to start while it's still hot and get my angle right. See? So now I've got my angle right. And now that I've got it started, I can turn it with a side that I'll see, the good side, and I'll continue with my angle. Mind your fingers. Okay. This ribbon, like I said, was gifted to me as a promotion from burlapfabric.com. They gave me a coupon code at one time, but I know that Olivia from Olivia's Romantic Home has a coupon code that she has ongoing in her channel. So, because she orders from them quite a lot. I was gifted 6 rolls of this, and I used some of it to do St. Patrick's Day DIYs last year. And then, of course, I still have plenty. I gifted some in a giveaway. All the things. So, I'm going to do this. What is it? Hastily, but not wastefully, right? We're going to try to just move along as we talk. Now, hopefully you can hear me okay. I have my earbud. This is not a voiceover. This is me talking to you while I'm working. Hopefully I won't curse if I burn myself. I actually had an idea, and we're going to do it sometime with Lisa one evening, hopefully next week, where we're going to do a live stream DIY, and she is going to be in my ear reading comments to me of questions, and we'll be able to live stream. You'll be able to see this down here, and I will be able to hear what you guys are saying, because she'll be reading me the comments in my ear. So we thought that might be something that might be fun to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we've done lots of floral arranging. We actually have, like, on our DIY channel, we did a little series of floral arranging because I took a class at 1-800-Flowers in my Homemakers of America group that I was a participant of back in New York. And one of the things they taught us there was to lay down your base of greenery first and then add your accent flowers, which is contradictory to every floral arrangement we ever had growing up. We always thought it was the other way around. We always thought you start with your main flowers and then do your accent flowers, and then your greenery is your filler. But it actually turns out that it was the opposite. And it really does make sense because the primary flowers are the most expensive. And if you can get away with making an arrangement look just as beautiful while you're saving money, that's definitely the way to go and run a business, right? Okay, so we're almost back at the beginning. Now, the only reason we're doing this is, like I said, this particular burlap, Dollar Tree's green raw edged burlap like this that comes out twice a year usually, also is a good color. Just it's a nice base. They also have a wired burlap that's sort of the same good color. It's just a nice base to put under flower arrangements. Excuse me, I have a frog. Excuse me. So we're going to let that dry. I'm going to take a sip of water. So what I visioned for this wreath was, there's a lot of very popular moon-shaped wreaths out right now. Asymmetrical, offsides, that sort of thing. So I thought I would do something like that here. So let's put this back. This has been the hardest part about when you DIY is cleaning up as you go. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was to start with this giant peony that is way oversized for this wreath. But what I thought I would do is I would start it on the side, or envision it to be on the side and to basically come off of that. And now this is going to be my top. Hopefully I was able to turn the camera around in time, and this is my top, so you guys could see that as well. Okay, so I have that peony, and let me see. I wonder if I could take you off without too much trouble. I'm thinking there's so many pretty flowers. I'm thinking these peonies, and then we'll pick up something white. Let's get something. What do you think about these very, very pale yellow roses? They're not quite white, but they do look pretty with that peach, don't they? And then we'll get some white accent flowers, maybe the lilac, or maybe the wisteria. So they're both here. I'm going to pick both of them up to get ready, but I'm going to leave them here. And this is wisteria, as I mentioned, and these are lilacs. So we'll leave them here. We want to crowd our table. Oh, good, that worked. Okay, wasn't sure if that was going to work. So like I said, I have my glue gun all plugged in, ready to go. So now I'm going to lay down my base of leaves. I'm going to use this, the leaves from this. Oh, that's got paint on it. Crud. Let's get some other leaves then. How are these? Are these too shiny? They're a little too shiny. Well, let me put them down. Maybe we'll just be able to hide the paint with some other flowers. So let's see how it goes. So let's put one going in this direction. And this is going to be a base for our flowers. I was thinking about painting a jar and having a jar sit in the wreath too as well to hold a candle. But I'm actually thinking that probably if I paint it white, it will take away from this pretty peony that we're going to be working with. Now this peony, as you could tell, was squished this way in its package. So I'm just going to take the warmth of my hand and I'm going to press it in the opposite direction and give the plastic a little press just to make it a little bit more round. You see how well that worked? Okay, so for the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the peony down, and then the accent flowers, I think that might be a good idea. No, we won't. We'll follow the rules. The rules say put the accent flowers down next. So when you're working with these types of flowers, I like to cut the plastic nubbin down, but you have to put a lot of hot glue there. I'm using Gorilla hot glue sticks. You put a lot of glue down because you want it to get in that layers of that flower so that they don't fall apart on you. Okay, so if this is going to go here, so I was thinking like the white, the yellow, and the peach off to the side. And again, so lots of glue in there to keep that flower together. And then, of course, plenty of glue to keep it glued to the wreath. So I kind of wish this was a live stream so I could be talking to you guys right now. So now I'm going to take the pink sort of peachy peonies. These are the smaller size peonies. I'm going to do the same thing. Cut their stems down and make sure we get lots of glue in there so the flower doesn't fall apart. And then I'm going to push them up into the roses, sort of make a friendly duet here. And we'll do the same thing with this one. The reason you want that stub off is because you don't want your flower to not be able to sit flat as possible. So that's why we do that. So let's just cluster that together. Okay. And now our big mama. So these peonies are gorgeous and in just a, like 3 in a vase. I feel like Catherine from Do It on a Dime just put them in a vase. She had colored ones though. But I just think that they're so pretty on their own. And I love them for the centerpiece of a wreath like this. So we pretty much made our arrangement. We're going to add some extra leaves that we cut off. We're going to add the extra little accent flowers. So even at 1-800-Flowers, the accent flowers were last. So the baby's breath always went in last. So basically how they taught us was you put your base of greens down, you put your main flower and your side flowers, or your side flower and your main flower. It depends on the arrangement. And then you finish off with your accent flowers, which is like your baby's breath. Okay, let me think. Is that staying? That might be staying. That glue might be needing a second to set up. I'm thinking I'm going to take these. So a trick to this that I do is I take the actual leaf, no stem. I put glue on the top part of the leaf, and I actually glue it to the peony. So that leaf is glued to the petals of that peony flower right there. And we're going to do the same to the other one on the other side because I like symmetry. Even though it's top and bottom, it's not side to side. I mean, you could make this the bottom. I mean, that's really entirely up to you. But I was trying to go for that that look of that really pretty asymmetrical, or wreaths that they're very popular right now. So okay, now I'm leaning a little bit more towards the wisteria. But is it too long? Like, is it almost too long? I think the wisteria, the reason I was leaning towards the wisteria is because I feel like it's going to give us more of that moon shape that I was after. If we glue one here and moon it this way, and then we glue one here and moon it this way. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that but they're almost a little too long. So you know what we can do? We can shorten it. Let's try doing that. How about that one? That might work. Let's just tuck the, we're going to glue it, but we're just going to see the size first before we glue it. I think that might work. So for this particular one, it doesn't have any more wire in it, but you can sort of help the plastic along. And let's get some glue. Oh. I should be ready with glue, but they all... That also makes real-time crafts go a little faster when you're actually ready with your supplies. Okay. All right. So if we glue this here, okay, right? Say right there. Then I can actually take, and with the very tiniest bit of glue underneath, like this little bud, that little green bud, and I'm going to hold it there. I know there's lots of things to hold it with. But I just want to show you that if you hold it there, you can manipulate the flower to be where you want to. I mean, you can let them flow naturally, but you can also fake that natural. Okay. And on this side, do we want to do the same, or do we want to like cut it? I think we'll leave this one a little longer. I think I like that. And I'm going to glue it on top of all that painted leaves, but that's just because I messed up and I have painted leaves there. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing where we're just going to glue a little bit of, let's put this flower down. And we're just going to glue a little bit of where that flower is down so that it stays trained in place. It does have some glue strings on it, so forgive me. Okay. Okay. Look how pretty that is. I think so anyway. So now I will show you that you can, well, I forgot I turned the camera. I will show you that how it looks like this is really pretty, but I was really going for that moon sort of shape. Now, what do we want to hang it with? Do we want to make it farmhouse? Do we want to just do a piece of this green burlap? Do we want to do some other pretty ribbons, maybe like the lemons or the sunflowers? I wish I had you here for feedback. I truly, truly do. You know what? Let's get some more of that green back out. Let's see. Because I think I can feed that green right under here where I didn't glue that flower down enough. Let's glue that little stem down again. Just to train him. Train. Be trained. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll make this a faux hanger. So what we can do is we can turn it over, glue this here. And because this is such an open weave burlap, we'll just glue the other piece right on top. And it should stick through both of them. Let's see. Let's see. Did that work? Oh, it's just working. Yes. It's working. Okay. Is it working? Let's see. A little bit. Okay. And now we could just leave it like that for it to be hung like that, or we could add a bow. So let me just do it in stages. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some green jute, because usually I use a little jute hanger, but what we're going to do is use the green jute so it doesn't show up as soon as we find it. I wonder if the green jute is in with the burlap. That would be weird, but it could be. Let me see. No, it's not. Okay. There is one other place to look. I have a secondary. I didn't want to have to be getting up all the time for this live DIY. I have no idea where my green jute cord is. It was supposed to be, oh, here it is. I was gonna say it was supposed to be with the jute. So I'm gonna take some of the Dollar Tree's green jute cord and make a hanger. So if you've never seen me make a hanger before, you basically take a small piece of string, fold it in half, tie it around your finger, pull the loop end through is always the easiest. If you pull the loop end through twice, you get a double knot. It just gives you a better gluing surface. And then pull, and now you have like a little hanger. Cut the extra off, and then glue it to where you want it to be. So I'm thinking that I want it to be here so that it can glue, it can hang on, look like it's hanging from this ribbon, okay? So we just put a lot of glue there. I don't know if you got to see it. I think you did. We just put a lot of glue here, and we're just gonna let it set up a bit. And while I'm leaving that to set up, I'm gonna clean up. I'm putting the jute back where the jute belongs in case anybody asks me tomorrow. So you guys want a bow? I don't know if you want a bow. I don't think it needs one, but sometimes the bows are nice. I don't know. What do you guys think? I wish you were here to tell me. I really do. So that could be it for the wreath. What I said I was originally thinking about was to put a jar in the wreath to kind of create, you know, you could put a candle in there and it kind of give it that moonlight effect because it's a moon. I'm like, just play on words. Is that too on the top? Is that too on the nose for you? It might be. It might be just a little too on the nose for you. But we have lots of other DIYs coming up like this. I'd like to know what you guys have. I do want to know what you guys have in your stash because maybe we can come up with something quick and easy that you can do with what you have. Now, you may not have these flowers, but hopefully I've given you an inspiration with an idea of how to use the different size flowers and possibly the arrangement. It was really quick and easy. If I had to buy all these supplies and this burlap came from the Dollar Tree, it would be just a few dollars in supplies. And it's a really pretty wreath, in my opinion. And of course, you can make it more elaborate, less elaborate. Oh, we didn't put any baby's breath on. Do you guys want some baby's breath? Real baby's breath or faux baby's breath? Or does it need it? I don't know. You're not here to tell me. This would also be really pretty. This is what they're calling heather at the Dollar Tree. Because it's just very light and airy. So, oh, you're not even saying. I thought you were saying, I'm sorry. So this is called heather from the Dollar Tree. And it's very like light and airy. And that would be really pretty as well. Just as like an accent if you don't have the wisteria. And let me show you, like I was going to say before, what the lilacs would look like in that position. So if you didn't have, again, the wisteria and you had lilacs, that was what the lilacs would look like. I think they would just be a very pretty choice. And of course, you can embellish it with a sign if you wanted to, or a bow, like I said. But I just wanted to keep it. This is nice and plain and simple. Really makes me feel, I don't know, there's something about a crescent moon that makes you just feel, A, you want to smile, and B, it makes you feel renewed and refreshed. To me, anyway. But I'm a Cancer. We're moon children. What can I tell you? So that's everything. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I know it was quick and easy, but sometimes it just has to be quick and easy because not everybody is master crafter. So maybe we'll call this a beginner's craft. And hopefully, Mandy, that's you who said you have some of these supplies, that I inspired you to do something just a little bit different, with a tiny bit of color and some inspiration. And if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And also, if you have some random supplies, I don't know that I'll get to everything. Plus, I don't know that I have everything. But if you have it and I have it, then I'd like to be able to create something for you. So while we're all stuck at home, let's try to help each other out. Be kind. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. I'll see you next time. Bye.